All right, everybody, here is the update for Wednesday. So, the corrective phase is still in place for the stock market. We had a rally today. The rally failed near the end of the day. No big deal. No big deal. As I said, I think I said anyway in my last email that there's two things going on here. Number one, it's the zombies all reacting again. Oh, we got to sell. There's going to be a trade war. Trump is putting tariffs. We've seen all that. We saw that last year. It created a great buying opportunity. A lot of crybabies, a lot of weak people. They sell. They see a headline. They freak out. They panic. They sell. They have no control over their emotions. They're very, very weak. These people usually like to cast blame on somebody else or something else. It's the system. It's the advisor, it's whatever, blah, 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 okay? So that is one element of what is happening right now. The other element, which is technical and happens periodically, is that we are once again in a period where bank reserves are building back up. Remember, I talked about this yesterday. In April, there was an enormous drain of bank reserves due to tax payments, and that caused the banks to replace those assets. Remember, bank reserves are bank assets. They are non-risk assets. When the drain happens, the banks then go out, they buy other assets to replace that because they need those assets to meet regulatory requirements and, more importantly, to pass stress tests, okay? They need those non-risk assets to pass stress tests. So what happens when you get a big drain like that? They buy treasuries and agency securities. They buy MBS, mortgage-backed securities. And there's even some equities that they're allowed to buy. All this kind of sets in motion a bullet. Plus they add also loans, which are assets. Those are not non-risk assets. They're risk assets. But still, when the reserve drain occurs, it frees up their ability to add a variety of assets. And loans are part of that. We see loan growth accelerate every time you have this reserve drain. So, economists look at that, analysts, companies look at that. Oh, they're lending more money. They get bullish. It all interacts and it causes a bullish run up in stocks. Now, the reverse happens when reserves start building up again. Why do reserves build up? The government spends money. Treasury starts spending out those tax dollars. They flow back into the banking system. The bank balance sheets become flush with new assets, reserves, and their accumulation of other assets slows down. So that buying of treasuries and other securities, that slows down. Loan growth slows down. Same effect, only in reverse. People look at that and say, oh, look, loan growth slowing down, asset purchases, accumulation slowing down. Some of the support comes out of the stock market. So we got this Trump tariff scare and the zombie panic right at a time when there's just kind of this naturally, technically occurring weakness in the stock market. It's not going to last for a long time. And today was interesting because for a while the market was up nicely. S&P was up about 12. Dow was up over 100 points. Yesterday I sent out to my subscribers, I said 2860 on the S&P was the level you got to get in there and buy. We got down to 2862, so very close, didn't hit 2860, had a nice bounce. So it looks, and then it gave everything back today in the late afternoon. So it looks like we're still in this corrective phase. But this asset rebuilding period is going to last till first week in June, and we get into a bullish cycle again. That's why you hear about the summer rally almost every year. Why does that happen? Because these are repeating things, and they're tradable things. Now, I talk about this all the time, and I tell my people how to profit from this. By the way, if you want to get on board with this, or you could stay guessing, you could stay ignorant, you could stay like so many people say, I don't need information. I don't need understanding. I don't need knowledge. That's fine. That's your prerogative, and, more power to you if that's how you want to go about it. But if you want understanding, if you want the knowledge, if you want to learn about these regularly occurring technicalities in the monetary system that create amazing trading opportunities in stocks and currencies and bonds and everything else, you got to come to me because I'm the only guy who does that. So go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader, and you will be on board. And believe me, the subscription price, $250 a month, is cheap because nothing like this exists out there. I'm the only guy out there who takes, and this goes even beyond MMT. You don't hear any of the MMT people talk about this because they don't even have the understanding of this. They do not follow this. Their thing is very basic stuff I've been talking about for a long time and stuff that I have been using, applying, that's why it's applied MMT, to investing and trading for a long time. And of course, don't forget the mental game aspect. That is really the key because, as I've said many times in the past, I can take any system and make money with it. I can throw darts at a dartboard and make money. You can't because you don't have the mental game. Some of you can. I guess the ones who are with me who have, come through an entire cycle and develop that resilience, that mental game, that toughness, that ability to ride through, because that's really all it boils down to. The market is like a test. It is like going to Navy SEAL boot camp. A lot of people can't make it. It's too tough and they quit. They quit. But there are a select few who grind through and push and develop that mental toughness. That's like developing your mind, muscles on the brain, on the mind, that help you get through. And that's what the market is. It is a mechanism that is designed to make you uncomfortable. And the ability to deal with discomfort is really the only thing that you need. It's not the system. My understanding, my knowledge is the best. It is number one. It is tops. But you don't even need that if you have the mental game. But the great thing is, I provide both. See everybody tomorrow. Bye-bye.